Hey guys, Dave here. We're going to get into a little bit of a review on this LG G2 smartphone from Sprint. It's got the full 1080 HD 5.2 inch screen. It's got a really responsive Snapdragon 800, which is running a quad 2.26 gigahertz processor. It's 2 gigs of RAM and a 32 gig ROM memory size. And as you see, I'm doing here is a double tap. As long as the phone's in a more or less upright position, not so much sideways or halfways down, but more upright, then you can do 2 clicks to turn it on and off. You see here, it's got a nice little graphics in any direction just to unlock the phone. It actually has a guest login too, which allows you to set a pattern that is meant for guests to only log in, so you can kind of log them in and pass on your phone. And it comes pretty much with only the preloaded apps and what other apps that you might suggest. It's got really good volume. It comes from the bottom, the speaker, so you kind of got to do that cuff thing to be able to get a good forward motion speaker sound, but that's expected as most phones. It's, like I said, it's really responsive, very fast. The app bar down here, it's kind of nice to see that you can keep adding. I'm not even sure what the limit is right now. That's 7. It looks like 7's the limit, but you can add up to 7 apps on this bottom one and kind of move things as you like around. Of course, with most of them, even your home apps button can be moved at anywhere. It actually usually starts off over there somewhere. So you have these mandatory buttons at the bottom that are actually on the screen itself. So it's not like the buttons that fall off the screen without that extra display. But when you go into stuff like, it keeps it on the side there. So it's constantly on all your apps. Of course, with its it's music app, widgets and everything. It's got its pull down, drop down. This is, it's got Q slider, which I think is normally what was on there when I started, but I turned that off. It's got quick remote, so you can actually turn on your smartphone to have a remote on it. Let's see, it's got a bunch of these up here, just to be able to do quick settings, screen timeouts, battery. You can get down here to the end and edit and kind of throw on which ones you do or don't want. So that's kind of nice. Usually you got to root a phone and then install the ROM to be able to get some of these options. Good amount of settings, system settings. This runs the new 4.4 KitKat, and I think it actually has already been, when I purchased the phone, they did an immediate update. This phone is rootable, which is now, I rooted it last night. It's pretty simple and only takes a couple minutes really, other than download times and whatnot, so I'll make a video for that. As far as you actually don't have these developer options. You actually got to go into the about phone, status, software information, build number, and as it says, no need, you are already a developer, but you actually click the build number 7 times and it'll say you are now a developer, and it'll give you that developer options down there for debugging. Let's see here, there's the guest mode where I was explaining before. You can read more into that if you'd like. Slide aside options, one hand operations. It actually comes, which I'm a big person for swipe, the text, and I had a hard time being able to turn it on. The only way I could actually get it turned on is going to I'm having a hard time finding it. It's the keyboard and language and input, and actually turning swipe on, and I think I had to set the default to swipe. So if you're like me and really appreciate swipe, then that's how you get to it. It's got some really nice graphics here for just on and off buttons, just to make it look better, nice, crisp, and clean. As far as the apps that it comes with, if you want to change the order in which the apps come in, you actually have to hit the menu button here, view apps by, and then you can sort them. They were on custom, which was weird because it wasn't alphabetical, and if you could actually take an app and remove it, and it would just leave the blank spot there, which I that was kind of goofy. But the nice thing is it will go in circles here, so you can just keep going around if you couldn't find your app. Comes with the alarm clock, which was weird again from what I was used to. You hit your time up here and you can get to all your stuff, but not so much now. So you have to actually go through the alarm clock up here. I installed the Bible, Dropbox. I installed that also. It comes with the camera, which is a 13 megapixel camera, which is a really good quality. The digital zoom is up to 8. It has digital, what's it called, ISO, stabilizer, image stabilizing operations or something. But as you can see, you just hit the button there, it'll take a picture. If the lighting is terribly dark, which I could actually go ahead and give you an example here, complete darkness, take the picture, it will continue to lower the level of light before it actually snaps the photo at that light. So instead of getting that extremely high brightness like you at first saw, it actually came in looking normal. So really good imagery. The camera's not really doing it justice. It looks a lot better on my phone than it does on this camera right now. So as far as the camera mode also, you slide this down to get into the video mode. It'll ask you if you want long video, which is just you're making your own video, or an MMS video, something you can actually send through an MMS. You can hit the button to flip the camera around. Hello. It's got your different modes. Some of the modes, I do like how they put some imaging with it. I'm not even sure where. There's a lot more than that. I'm trying to think of what I'm missing here. Oh, it's because I'm in video mode. Picture mode, you can see burst shots, panorama, VR panorama, dual camera. It says time catch shot, which I believe is 1 picture per second for time-lapse videos. Shoot and clear, that's the ability to remove somebody because it takes multiple shots. And just, as you're probably used to some of these already, but it's got quite a few options in there. So as far as the camera or the phone goes, it's extremely fast. It's a very large screen. It's not very heavy. I think it's 5.2 ounces. The battery in this is outstanding. It's a 300 milliamp battery, and what I found out they actually did is they actually have a battery that goes the length of it that's like 2,500 milliamps. Then above, where they had excess space, they actually laid a little bit more battery, so they got up to 3,000 milliamperage battery in there. So it's got a really good timing. As far as turning the phone off, you have to find an open spot. You can't just usually tap right on an icon. You gotta find that open spot and tap on it. But these are just some of the features. I'll break into them more as I use the phone more, but that's the majority of what this phone does. Holding the home, you're going to get into your task manager where you can basically clear all, or open your task manager where you can see it all. Other than that, you just got to get used to this menu setting button if you're not used to coming from a phone like myself, where you don't have that menu settings. You have to actually go a different way. It comes with an additional theme, which was a marshmallow. I found kind of funny. It makes everything look very round and fluffy, so as you might expect from Marshmallow. So it's a great phone. Imagine using it for a long period of time. So if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, let me know. I always appreciate the likes, the shares, don't forget to subscribe and all that stuff. So thanks for watching, guys.